Welcome back everybody to another video. We are back into the uploading schedule after that long break. I did get a couple of dogs, so they have been taking up a lot of my time here. And yeah, just a huge thank you. Now to get into it, today we are going over Typhlosion, Ethan's Typhlosion, paired with Dragapult. That's going to be like the draw engine. So we're going to be getting into that sooner, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Draw Pass TCG, as they did kind of help me orchestrate this list, a couple play tests with the guys, and just bringing certain techs together and all of that. So huge thank you to them. And with that being said, let's get right into it. To start off, we have a 4-4-3 line of Ethan's Typhlosion. Now the Cyndaquil is all right. 70 HP instead of 60 is always preferable. 30 damage. You're going to be able to knock out any baby Pokemon with that, though you do have to discard an energy. And then Ethan's Quilava has a great ability, Bonded by the Journey. Once during your turn, you get to search your deck for an Ethan's Adventure card, which we'll get into in a little bit, and put it into your hand. And you can do that for each Quilava in play. And then Combustion isn't a horrible attack either, dealing 40 damage, and it's only one fire. And that's the beauty of this deck, is so much of it is so little energy requirement. And then our Ethan's Typhlosion, the big hitter, 170 HP, stage 2. Buddy Blast is going to be the attack we're looking to use, really never using Steam Artillery. But Buddy Blast for one fire deals 40 damage, but for each Ethan's Adventure card in your discard pile, it deals 60 more. So obviously it goes 40, then it goes to 100, then 160, etc., etc., getting up to 280. So an absolutely phenomenal attack, and we're going to be able to boost that further with various cards that are in this deck, like Victini, which, thanks to its Victory Cheer ability, attacks used by your Evolution Fire Pokemon do 10 more damage. So that's really just in there for a little bit of math changes, going from 220 up to 230 for things like Iron Hands and Terapagos. And that's where we're mostly going to be seeing that, but it can come into play in other scenarios, and so it's just a one-up. Another card that we have in here is going to be that new Shaymin from Destined Rivals, which Flower Curtain is going to act as our bench barrier, prevent all damage done to your benched Pokemon, your non-Rulebox bench Pokemon, I should say, from your opponent's Pokemon. So that's really in there to block things like Screamtail. Screamtail is the biggest one that comes to mind. Unfortunately, it does not block Phantom Dive because that is the effect of an attack. But it still is a very powerful bench barrier, so we do have one of those in here. Then we got one copy of Fezandipiti for draw, and we have a 2-2-1 line of Dragapult. And we're really just using this for its Recon Directive, drawing through some cards, just acting as our draw engine. And then if we have to, we can go into that Dragapult DX for that absolutely incredible Phantom Dive attack, as well as a 320 HP Pokemon in the event that we just have to shove this in front of our opponent and hope they don't have an answer. And that's it for the Pokemon. So it's pretty straightforward. You got your Typhlosion line, got your Dragapult line, and you got those couple of support Pokemon. So let's head on over to the trainer cards. Starting us off, we have one copy of Counter Catcher for in case we fall behind. It's a pretty fast deck, but at the end of the day, it does use stage 2s. So just in case we do fall behind, we're going to be able to use that Counter Catcher. We do have one copy of Team Rocket's Watchtower in here. I might be hyping this card up in my head, but I think it is just so powerful. This shuts off things like Fan Rotom if you have it turn 1. This turns off Noctowls. This turns off Pidgeot. This turns off Blood Moon Ursaluna. This turns off the Dunsparce. This is an incredible stadium card in my opinion. And so we do play one of these. A lot of Typhlosion decks do use the Dunsparce engine. Start off, we have a 4-4-3 line of Ethan's Typhlosion. Now the Cyndaquil is all right. 70 HP instead of 60 is always preferable. 30 damage. You're going to be able to knock out any baby Pokemon with that, though you do have to discard an energy. And then Ethan's Quilava has a great ability, Bonded by the Journey. Once during your turn, you get to search your deck for an Ethan's Adventure card, which we'll get into in a little bit, and put it into your hand. And you can do that for each Quilava in play. And then Combustion isn't a horrible attack either, dealing 40 damage, and it's only one fire. And that's the beauty of this deck, is so much of it is so little energy requirement. And then our Ethan's Typhlosion, the big hitter, 170 HP, stage 2. Buddy Blast is going to be the attack we're looking to use, really never using Steam Artillery. But Buddy Blast for one fire deals 40 damage, but for each Ethan's Adventure card in your discard pile, it deals 60 more. So obviously it goes 40, then it goes to 100, then 160, etc., etc., getting up to 280. So an absolutely phenomenal attack, and we're going to be able to boost that further with various cards that are in this deck, like Victini, which, Thanks to its Victory Cheer ability, attacks used by your Evolution Fire Pokemon do 10 more damage. So that's really just in there for a little bit of math changes, going from 220 up to 230 for things like Iron Hands and Terapagos. And that's where we're mostly going to be seeing that, but it can come into play in other scenarios, and so it's just a one-off. Another card that we have in here is going to be that new Shaymin from Destined Rivals, which Flower Curtain is going to act as our bench barrier, prevent all damage done to your benched Pokemon, your non-Rulebox bench Pokemon, I should say, from your opponent's Pokemon. So that's really in there to block things like Screamtail. Screamtail is the biggest one that comes to mind. Unfortunately, it does not block Phantom Dive because that is the effect of an attack, but it still is a very powerful bench barrier, so we do have one of those in here. Then we got one copy of Fezandipiti for draw, and we have a 2-2-1 line of Dragapult. And we're really just using this for its recon directive, drawing through some cards, just acting as our draw engine. And then if we have to, we can go into that Dragapult EX for that absolutely incredible Phantom Dive attack, as well as a 320 HP Pokemon in the event that we just have to shove this in front of our opponent and hope they don't have an answer. And that's it for the Pokemon, so it's pretty straightforward. You got your Typhlosion line, got your Dragapult line, and you got those couple of support Pokemon. So let's head on over to the trainer cards. Starting us off, we have one copy of Countercatcher for in case we fall behind. It's a pretty fast deck, but at the end of the day, it does use stage 2s. So just in case we do fall behind, we're going to be able to use that Countercatcher. We do have one copy of Team Rocket's Watchtower in here. I might be hyping this card up in my head, but I think it is just so powerful. This shuts off things like Fan Rotom if you have it turn 1. This turns off Noctowls. This turns off Pidgeot. This turns off Blood Moon Ursaluna. This turns off the Dunsparce. This is an incredible stadium card in my opinion, and so we do play one of these. A lot of Typhlosion decks do use the Dunsparce engine as their draw, and since we're going with the Drakloak engine instead, this Watchtower is going to be really useful in the mirror match. Moving on, we do have one copy of Brock's Scouting. Just in case we're under item lock, we're going to be able to establish a little bit easier. Now obviously our Ethan's Adventure can do that for us very well, but Brock Scouting can be used, especially if we're trying to establish that Dragapult line. One copy of Kieran is in here, so we have a switch option because that Typhlosion does have a 2 retreat cost, and that can be quite annoying at times, as well as we're going to be able to do 30 more damage, which is just a little bit more of a bump, so we can hit higher numbers with that Typhlosion, like 310 into Gardevoir when we have all of our Typhlosion or all of our Ethan's Adventures in the discard, and a few other things. Then our A-Spec of choice, right now I have it set as that Max Belt, again letting us take knockouts we wouldn't usually be able to, as our damage cap is going to be that 280. So this is going to be able to reach up there and hit those Dragapults for us and just bring them down. So yeah, Max Belt is in here to just take those knockouts a little bit easier. Also, if we're missing some Ethan's Adventures, this can be a very powerful supplement. Then we got 2 copies of Night Stretcher. We got 1 copy of Artazon to make sure we get our basics going. 2 copies of Boss's Orders, 1 copy of Iono, 3 copies of Arven, 1 copy of TM Evo. It's absolutely awesome when we can choose second and then just go Arven, Buddy-Buddy Poffin, attach TM Evo, and get 2 Quilavas down right away. That's just an incredible feeling. And so we do have that as an option with the TM Evo. Then we have a redeemable ticket in here. Obviously, we want to have our 4 Ethan's Adventures in our discard pile to maximize our damage output. So if we prize 1 or 2 of them, we're going to be able to want to get those out. So the redeemable ticket is going to be there to fill that purpose. Then we got 1 copy of Super Rod, 2 copies of Professor's Research, 1 copy of Defiance Band, 1 copy Rare Candy, 4 copies of Buddy-Buddy Poffin, 4 copies of that Ethan's Adventure card, which for those who don't know, you get to search your deck for 3 and any combinations of Ethan's Pokemon and Basic Fire Energy and put them straight into your hand. So this is just absolutely incredible, especially for the fact that this can be searched out with the Quilava. So just flying through our evolutions in that sense, and it feels really good. Then we got 4 copies of Ultra Ball. The reason we're so Ultra Ball heavy is because if we have Ethan's in our hand and we don't necessarily need to play the Ethan's that turn, we can discard it really easily with our Ultra Balls. And then we got a rescue board in here as well, typically for the Shaymin, but it will be providing for retreat, 1 less retreat cost to any Pokemon we stick it on. And then as for the energy split, we have 5 fire type energy and 2 psychic energy, so just so we can bring on that Dragapult if we have to. And that's the 60, so we're going to go ahead and hop into our games here. Alright, welcome back everybody. Today we are going to be going over our Typhlosion playtests, but instead of just doing some random matches on the ladder, we do have a best of 3 here with none other than Chef Husky.
up, everybody? You know, you might as well be doing it against the AI at this point.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. You're a great player.
Thank you, thank you. Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you too. It's always a pleasure to be recording with a friend and all that. So glad we were able to get this underway.
Yeah, I had you in my last one, and I feel like it made for better content. You know, seeing like how you're thinking as you're going through it. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good time. You're gonna be giving up a mulligan to you here.
Oh snap! He's playing Ethan's Typhlosion, y'all.
That is the video. Okay, so what do we have? This is okay. I can survive with this. Should be fine. Against Golden Go. Early jamming.
I think that's all we do.
Ooh, okay. Love to see that. So I don't think my turn is going to be much more complex here. It's going to be there. And does that ever make sense in terms of math? I don't think it does to attach to the active, so we're going to be able to go ahead and drop it down here and pass it on over. Don't have to worry about setting up our Shaymin here, because as we know, Golden Go is not going to be doing any bench sniping on us. You get the turn 2 evolution.
Yep. All right, let's see. Let's do this. What do we have? Let's get this. And then we'll do that one as well. Okay. You'll have to forgive me. I do not know Golden Go that well, but I'm giving it a shot.
All's good. All's good. It's not the most complex deck to pilot, as long as you can manage your energy for setting up your superior energy retrievals. I mean, it kind of falls together.
Seems simple enough so far, though.
Yeah, I mean, baby Pokemon evolve, draw cards. Okay.
Alrighty, first blood.
Indeed, we are going to go in here because, as of right now, no way to get into Rare Candy. And so, with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and get some more Ethan's adventures going. I think we're fine doing that. This will allow us to establish there. Go ahead, use that Bonded by the Journey again. Just a great ability.
That is pretty nice.
And I think we're going to be going that route to get you down. Yep. A little bit of the sauce here. It is a Typhlosion Dragapult list.
Because I have seen this. I have seen something like this.
Yeah, the Drakloaks are going to act as the draw engine. I mean, partnered with the power of Bonded by the Journey. I mean, being able to guarantee Ethan's is just so solid.
Okay, all right, let's do that.
That eSearch Pro?
Yes, it was. Yep, okay.
4, 2 in discard. You had the 1 in hand, I think, off that vest. No, because you discarded it.
Okay, I believe that's where we go with that.
think I just kind of gotta go in head first here.
Gonna buddy blast me?
That's the plan. I gotta take a few more steps here first.
That's not what the kids are calling it nowadays.
Is that what the kids are calling it? Oh my goodness. It does appear that both of my Drakloaks are prized.
Are they? No, man. That's rough.
Tragedy hath struck us. But we're going to be able to go ahead here, get the Buddy Blast, see a couple of cards from said prizes.
I've been buddy blasted. All right. Get some stuff going here.
The gears are turning.
The gears are turning. I'm starting to understand what I'm doing here. Okay. Let's do some of this and some of this. I think I would like to pop that. Okay. Not needed. Okay, we'll just go with that.
Still another coin bonus.
All right, we got 200 damage. Okay.
Live with this.
Yeah, this deck makes sense. You know, very straightforward.
Yeah. Thankfully, we did get our Ethan's Adventure off those prize cards, as well as that Drakloak. So really, really nice prize cards this last turn. I must say.
Oh snap! I'm getting buddy blasted again.
Yeah, I don't really need you in this matchup. So here, we will grab you to thin you out of the deck.
Monkey Dory is kind of useless in here.
Well, for now.
Yeah, maybe if you get that Dragapult going, I can actually make something out of it.
Hey, coming down to the wire here.
Yeah, looks like it. Okay.
The biggest beauty of single prize is that you're able to kind of maintain this. Well, we should just be getting absolutely blown out of the water. Forcing Chef to take one prize card a turn as opposed to two with each knockout is what's keeping this game so close. So fully
I would say
accredited
so, yeah.
to the single prize nature.
May as well. Nothing really worth doing. All right.
Okay. Now this puts me in an interesting predicament. I think we just shove this in your face and hope. Check out your energy here.
Yeah, I have no idea if I'm playing this deck right.
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Cool.
I feel like you definitely would have the knockout if I go into Drakloak or Dragapult here. I think we go here. Attachment. Plus that to hopefully cause a headache at the very least.
That.
And attach that. Okay.
All right. Okay. I like you using the jamming tower to that effect. Smart. I like it. All right.
My only fear is if I have to spend a turn utilizing that, then might be too late.
Sorry, I'm kind of locked in. Not making for very good content.
I know. Using way too much thinking. Okay. Maximizing the draw with that switch.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have no idea if you have another one of these, but I think that should be my target.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the right pick.
That's the only thing that can one-shot me right now, unless you got like a Halucha in there somewhere.
Oh, is that in there? I need to find Stadium Bump. Oh, I think I might need just a few too many pieces. I would need Stadium Bump to get that out of the active anyway.
True. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be the first game there.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Just play to my notes. I don't think. Well, maybe. I highly doubt it, but maybe. Surely not. 6 energy in discard, 3 in play.
Do you play Halucha?
No, no, I don't. Would be a good
Max
idea.
Belt Dragapult. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a shame. This jamming tower ended up putting in all the difference. There's the counter catcher. I got Ultra Ball in hand, but unfortunately, that is that. As long as you can get this Fez out of the spot, which I do believe you can. Yep.
Yep. All right, good game one.
GG's. And I think I will be selecting second for game number 2, as this deck does love utilizing that technical machine evolution when it can. As well, turn 1 Ethans can always be a super helpful thing with this deck. So,
Gotcha. You maybe same deck or different deck?
Same deck. Do best of 3.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'll go. All right, let's go ahead, send that challenge through here for game number 2, and see how it goes. That stadium did elude me, unfortunately, but we'll see how it goes.
Right. Let's see. New deck 70. Yep, that's the one. All right, let's do it.
Deck 70.
Yep. The one I'm playing against Tordell Gang is new deck 69.
Nice. Now, did it actually come up as 69 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just happened that way. Let me switch mics. Alrighty, you're getting a good voice.
Crystal clear. Oh my goodness, here comes another mulligan headed your way.
How do you know?
I feel like there's an alright amount of basics. I mean, it's not like hot. What is it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's either 8 or 9.
That's it.
Okay. Well, that is quite a few, so I think I'm fine putting that on the play. We'll grab that also, though. Grab you two and you. Oh, actually, I could have gone that route, but this is fine too, because I already have that in hand. See, here's that turn 2 TM or turn 1 TM Evo that the deck really likes to be able to get off. You know, sometimes it's not there, but most of the time you should be fine.
Yeah. Solid.
I think we'll grab those.
Very nice.
Get some onboard draw, as well as one bonded by the journey ability in play.
Good. All right, let's see what we can get. Let's start with this. Let's get you down. Let's go ahead and pop. Let's do that first.
Got the golden go. Draw is online.
Is there anything else I can use out of that?
It's always a good feeling to get a nice golden go into Cypher Maniac.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's put you down.
Big old E-Search Pro.
Definitely going to want to set up a second one, though.
Probably a good call.
All right, we got it.
Okay. We have one in this corner.
Just need 2 and you're golden. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll grab that. Following turn there. And put you on the bench. Oh, I had Artazon. Could have done it that way, but this works too. That saves my Artazon for a Dreepy here. Actually, I think it is a Dreepy, right? Do I need Victini? 2 in discard is an extra 120 damage. So that's 160, and we hit for weakness. So we can use this to get that Dreepy out in play. Alright. It's a nice recon directive in here, and I think I'll be grabbing that. I do have the Monkey Dory down. We'll get that. Yeah. And go ahead, Buddy Blast for the knockout.
Hey, all right. Solid. Okay. Is there anything worth pulling here? I don't think so. I think we're good. All right. Let's go ahead and drop that then.
Aaron Tower, my old enemy.
Your old enemy, yep. Yep. Sorry about it. Let's go ahead and do this. I think that would be good. And then just one of those will be fine. Okay.
Let the coin bonuses begin. You attached to the bench when I was like, interesting, and I didn't realize you had the switch.
Sorry.
Like, what is he doing? Get the extra draw.
I bet. I think we can work with that.
An 11 card hand. I hope you can work with something.
The crazy part is how consistently you can get a new Typhlosion up, though.
Oh yeah, the Ethan's adventures just chain together so nicely. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like, at no point do I feel like I'm gonna be pulling ahead in this match.
The single prize is definitely why this works so well, is because the numbers themselves, you know, they're all right. Especially in this matchup, it feels good just because it's, you know, weakness, but so that's in that. As is that. Ooh, I am missing that though. That could be cause for all. I think it's like ticket worthy. But 8 card hand, take it down to 4. You would have draw. If you have energy in that hand, gotta do a little backtracking in the log here. And this ball coin bonus, switch. You had the attachment there.
How do we start playing IRL matches? Not having this log is going to be my biggest problem.
Yeah.
And not having those little blue highlights over everything I can still do.
For sure. I think I'll go ahead. I'm fine doing this, honestly. Not putting the Fez in place, we can keep it single prize. Was that attachment this turn? I don't remember. Yes, it was. Okay. Go ahead, get you down. And go ahead and Iono down to 4.
Hey, he does have one.
There's a stadium bump. Getting rid of that watchtower that causes me so much pain.
Jamming tower.
Go ahead, grab that. Oh, did I say something else?
I think it's a watchtower.
Oh, the watchtower that cures my pain. They're both towers. It's fine.
Yeah.
Buddy blast.
Alrighty. Kind of hurts my feelings, but we'll be all right. We will grab all of that. Do a little bit more shenanigans. Even more shenanigans. It'd be so easy for you to get this 2 prize though. I can almost guarantee you've got it in hand right now.
Not quite. I think I can get there. Yeah, I think I do. Depends on if that Night Stretcher is hanging out. I do believe I do still have one in deck. We'll do this first. To get not only our Typhlosion, but check. And yes, Night Stretcher for the energy is hanging out in there. Go ahead, Arven. To add some fun, we'll grab that max belt as well.
Oh, you're gonna be on me right back.
Night Stretcher for the fire.
More Ethan Typhlosions you can get rid of. Oh, you already did. You got all 4 of them in there.
Give it a big old smack.
Go for it. 1,000 KO. No, 1,000 damage. No, 660.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
GG.
GG's. Well, thank you very much for coming by and playing these out for me, Chef, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too, man. Always fun playing with you.
For sure. Have a good one now.
Yeah, you too.